Jelly Roll just won a Grammy for Best Contemporary Country Album, but it was his acceptance speech afterwards that has the internet buzzing. Take a look.
First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I'd have ended up dead or in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label, Broken Bow, Country Radio, baby. What's up, dog? Oh, Republic, John Maneely, we did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things. I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 cell. And I believed that those two things could change my life. I believed that music had the power to change my life and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
I'm joined now by CBN's Billy Hallowell. Billy, what did you think of his speech?
You know, you don't hear Jesus's name very often at the Grammy Awards. In fact, a lot of drama over the years about how the Christian artists who win those categories are not ever broadcast, really. We don't really see the people get on stage that we would know in the Christian world. And yet you have this moment where Jelly Roll gets up emotionally talking about Jesus and his faith. And I think he had a Bible in his hand. I mean, it was a wild moment. Usually people use this to score political points. A lot of people were wearing anti-ice pins. They were, they say all sorts of other things, but you never really see that level of passion and that sort of proclamation from a mainstream artist. And so I thought it was interesting and powerful. And look, people are going to debate all day long whether or not this is legitimate, and this is something that has surrounded Jelly Roll quite a bit, and some speculation around him. But the speech itself, incredibly powerful, a very, I think, moving moment in a venue that typically doesn't see that sort of thing.
And the thing that he said that I loved, he says anybody can have a relationship with him. And I just think that's such a unique concept amongst, I guess you could call it the world religions, right? You don't have to make some pilgrimage. You don't have to hold a necklace a certain way. You don't have to say 73 prayers a certain way. Now, obviously, once you repent and are saved, you will do things differently. But I think it's just so important. So important for us to start at the beginning. Ephesians 2, verse 8, for it is by grace that you have been saved through faith. And it is not from yourself. It is a gift from God, not by works, so that no one can boast. People will say, well, faith without works is dead. Yeah, but that doesn't negate the idea that it is not by works that you have been saved. It is through faith, so that no one can boast. And it's an invitation. For God so loved the world that whoever who has done whatever, who has messed up, however, come to me. The message of Yeshua is so powerful. You can see it transforming Jelly Roll in real time. And so, yeah, anybody could have a relationship with Jesus. He stands at the door of your heart knocking. And that's it. It's grace. You have been saved by grace alone. There's nothing you can do to earn it. There's nothing you can do to deserve it. It is a free gift of God. And it's beautiful. And I just think that, not to be cliche, this has been said a lot, but I think it's so important to remember every other worldview, literally every other worldview says do, and only Yeshua of Nazareth says done. You just accept what he's given you. Yeah, exactly. You just accept it. And that's the whole ball game. And so to see the joy on his face, to see it changing it from the inside out, and then to use his platform. And again, that's why people are like, oh, who cares what celebrities say? I do, because at the end of the day, you're giving a platform to who knows who's never heard of the gospel, who knows who's never, had that put in front of their face.
They have influence. Exactly. Right? I mean, this is it's and one other thing I would say, we can criticize people all day long and we can ask questions about how legitimate their faith journeys are. And I say we can do that. I'm not encouraging people to do that. I'm saying people do that. What you should be doing is taking that energy and that attention. If you see something that's wrong, you can call it out, but taking that energy and attention and praying for those people. Pray for Jelly Roll. He got on a stage and said something that many Christians in entertainment are too afraid to say and have never said. And some haven't been given the opportunity, obviously, at an event like the Grammys. So you should be praying for him in these moments and not condemning him. That's what we're called to do.